1528. That's the number you have to dial, everybody. 1528 for your chance to win another dungeon. Hey there, people of the internet world, it's Kibatsu, and welcome back to more Let's Play Valkyrie Profile. Dang it, I said more again. Phooey. Alright, so last time we introduced our new party member, Shiho. And yeah, Shiho's a pretty interesting character. I will mention this now. You will need to give her some sort of offensive move because she has none. None whatsoever. And I decided to go ahead and just give her Stone Torch as her main offensive move because I really want to show off the special what that one goes for. But I also gave her Poison Blow because there will be some more enemies we're going to run into soon that will have poison weakness. At least, I hope we do. I hope we do. I'm pretty sure those, there are some monsters we ran into earlier that are weak to poison. And it's safe to say that we will probably run into those again because it's the same dungeon. It's the same thing. So, yeah, it's a dick pic. Oh well. But with that said, let's see where spiritual concentration takes us this time in the world of Midgard. Actually, I don't know what this place is actually called. It's Midgard. It's called Midgard by the people in Asgard. But what's this place called actually? I don't know. I'll have to take a look. Oh well. Either way, let's see what happens. No two characters in a row now. That caught me off guard really quickly. Well, we needed those two characters anyway, so I'm not complaining about that. Oh, come on. Really? The cave? Really? The freaking cave? Really? Oh, come on. Why the cave? You know what? No, I'm not going there just yet. Not with Shiho being just level 1. In fact, this may actually be two characters in a row anyways, but let's see what happens and just do it again and see what happens. Alright, so it is just two dungeons in a row then. Alright, that's good to know then. It's good to see that the game's doing that again then. Alright. So then, this should spawn one of my more favorite dungeons in the game, the Arkdain Ruins. This being one of my favorite dungeons in the game because it serves a purpose for more than just being a solo dungeon by itself. Can I just, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I forgot I could do that, so, whee! But yes, this is probably one of my more favorite dungeons in the game, simply for several reasons, but we'll get into that as we go on. But for now, you just simply need to know it's not just a dungeon. That's all you need to know. But we're going to treat it as just a dungeon for now and see what happens. Anyway, so, the Arkdain Ruins. Gigantic magic crystals are said to be sealed in these ruins, yet while many have sought the power contained in these magic crystals, none have returned with it. Could it be that these stories are a myth? If they're gigantic crystals, right? Like, gigantic as in, like, really tall, like 12, 15 feet tall crystals or something like that. If they're that tall, then nobody's ever going to come out with that crystal because they can't get out with that. They can't carry that. Nobody can. Like, nobody at all. I'm surprised anybody would ever try to get something like that if they know it's that big. Maybe the gigantic is being, like, giant fist size. Who knows? Oh, well. Either way, the Arkdain Ruins. Let's have some fun here. Oh yeah, we're kicking this thing off with a freaking song like this. I listened to this song far more times than I care to really mention because it is such a good song. Just listen to how much it just builds up. It's just so good. Also, you notice that there wasn't any, There wasn't any... What's the word I'm looking for? There wasn't any caption just yet. That's because we haven't actually entered the dungeon just yet. Once we step here... Now we enter the dungeon, the Arkdain Ruins, with this freaking song. This, by far, like, to me, it is one of the best dungeon songs in the whole game. Like, it just can't compare. You just can't compare it to any other dungeon song. It's just so freaking fast-paced. It gets you in the mood to dungeon crawl. It's so good. It's so good.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Alright.
No mercy.
So, if anything else, we should be running into the same enemies we ran into before in the Citadel. But, just to show that it's here, it's here. But I know there is at least one more new enemy that we haven't ran into just yet, and it is in this dungeon. But in the meantime, we still have the Rib Forager, which, yeah, they're annoying. So, let's just get rid of them. Really quick to get the item. It turned to stone! That's that chance. Actually, I'll see it in a minute here. I'll take a look at it in a minute.
And take this.
There we go. Thanks, Lucian. Thanks a lot.
That was too easy. What's next?
I love that twirl there. Is that an S-Talk? Man, we're gonna have so many S-Talks by the end of this. I swear. We're gonna have so many. Now, I believe this... Well, let's take an experiment and see. Let me leave this place. Which just brings you back out here. And then... we stand here, watch the gate open once again. And then... yep! There we go. So, welcome to the next dungeon where you can grind your parties. The enemies here don't really give too great in EXP, considering that our EXP we need to level up at 25 is like in the 50s and 60s and 70s of freaking thousands. And yeah, that's gonna take us a while. Not only that, though, some of the enemies here, they're not really great. They don't give that much EXP, especially on hard mode, considering. But it's still another way to do this, and yeah, it's a thing. And we already fought that guy down there, so I don't want to fight him again. So instead, hey, how you doing?
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Of course. Of course, the one time I missed... I was about to say, I thought I was gonna miss there because I thought I was gonna move because he was still attacking, yet I could have countered, but I had a bow so I could stand still and I wasn't gonna charge right into that attack. Okay, so anyway, the brackish muck. Ugh, try saying that 3 times fast. Brackish muck. Never mind. So the brackish muck, it's actually not that weak. It's actually a pretty strong monster to deal with. But it's still weak enough that it's nothing to really worry about because it's a pretty some slime. Just have yourself attack it a couple of times and you're good. Nothing to it. So yeah, the brackish muck. We're gonna be running to that in a couple of times here. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and just get rid of this guy here.
And take this.
Lucian. I love to see how many gems I can get from him. It's so good.
Get thee hence. Oblivion awaits thee.
It's so good to see that. It really is. It really is. Alright, so with Shiho here, I don't think we're going to run into anything that actually attacks the back row. So I don't think we need anything like guts for this. In the until then, I should say, magic power, because I want her magic up, like really quickly. Really quickly. Okay, so something else about this dungeon that this is a gimmick that this dungeon has, is that we ran into all 3 types of traps, which is the explosion, small and big, the arrows, normal and poisoned, and then the gas, which there was the frozen one, and there's several more like that. But there's one last trap type that we haven't run into just yet. And this is it. Surprise!
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Ow. So, every single chest in this dungeon is booby-trapped. Every single one of them. So, if you really want to get all the items in here, you have to fight a brandished muck each and every time. Which is not a bad thing, but it's... you're fighting a brandished muck and he's just in the way and you just want to get the item, but the brandished muck is in the way and...
I don't want to cause any more painful memories.
Well, too bad, Lucian. You're gonna cause a lot of memories. In fact, this was a painful memory right there, so... You just caused one. Thanks a lot, Lucian. You're a jerk. Alright, so that's Raptor's Claw. Really? No, I haven't yet? Alright. But yes, this is one reason why it's not my current favorite. It's a really good dungeon. It's one of my favorites, but it is not the favorite. The music is great. The atmosphere is great. The fights... the fights. So they dropped base metal as well. I forgot if that actually changes anything. Another gem revolution. Another one? That's a lot. Oh well. It's still something there, so oh well. Alright, another stat power, which is good. I think we want to go to the right first. Yeah, because this leads to the back row, and I believe the back row is actually a dead end. Okay, so this is another pretty good item here. I don't use it personally because I think it takes a spot that I don't use it much. But stun magic, it is another skill that you can use. But it can also be transmuted into steel magic. You could use that as well, sure. But stun magic would probably help you out the most out of the two. So stun magic, oh, it takes that spot. Oh, that's why I don't use it much. So stun magic adds ability to cause faint with successful magic attacks. So you just press the circle button and just hope it hits, which you see they haven't dodged, you haven't tried to block magic attacks at all, ever. So how does a magic attack become unsuccessful then? That's my question. Oh well.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
What? This dark force, it's...
What is it, Lucien? What is it? Alright, so we also ran into these guys as well, which they will forever be unnamed because they're monsters like that. But remember how strong Poison Blow is against them?
Poison blow.
It's kind of overpowered. Just saying.
I wonder if I'll ever get to pass this earring on.
Yeah, see right there. If you can tell me what you said right there. I wonder if I'll ever get to pass this earring on, which I'm pretty sure that's what he says, but wait. See, the monster isn't even all that bad at all. It's just in the way. It's just a nuisance. It just becomes a bother. Oh well. But yeah, he also shows up as like this. So stab you in the eye. Alright. Trying to say, stab you in the eye. What a convenient time to stab a monster in the eye. I got leveled up, and then I also forgot to equip weight reaction. So, I forgot to do a thing again. Haha, I'm a smart guy. I'm a smart feller. So raise magic power, and let's raise survival. Just in case if she ever actually gets hit or something. I have her ready. Alright, so do that, and you're good. She won't have to use anything else! I was not expecting that! I was not expecting that one! Oh, that scared me! That was interesting. I actually got two new items I didn't think I was going to get. So, one of them dropped the Burgundy Flask, which I forgot. No, it was just... I think it's useless. Yeah, it's useless. So, there you go. And then... What else he dropped? The other guy... Oh, he dropped a weapon. That's right. He dropped... If I can find it... This thing. 2% chance of breaking, but 500 attack power, which is not bad if you don't already have that other spear. That one that does, where is it? Nope, there it is. That does 12,000 damage per hit. So yeah, kind of useless now. Just like every other broken item. Ooh, snap guard. That'd be nice. Also, Shio has not said a single thing yet in her victory poses, or even before we start the fight. She doesn't say anything. I think it's because she usually is just staying really quiet, but yeah. Also, these little regular boxes, I already said, they don't have booby traps on them. So there you go. We're opening these without getting the fight because they're not booby traps. So there you go. Also, dark. I forgot what that does. What did chance to get into? Revering. Revering? I think I already have Referee. I don't think so, actually, no. Oh well, I'll just learn Dark anyway. We'll learn the skills anyway, so whatever. Let's see here. Dark. Dark allows characters to attack from the rear. Interesting. An interesting skill to learn if you wanna. If you're tired of running into enemies that constantly guard against your attacks every single time. Yeah, that's a pretty useful item there. All right, so these boxes here, they hurt you when they hit you from the side. So, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, darn. How did they hit? I landed on top. How? Whatever. This guy doesn't hit me. This guy doesn't hurt me at all. Whatever. Alright, so that was a dead end, so let's go this way. Another thing to mention here is that this area can be very tricky and very confusing. What? I don't think she actually has a thing before and after, like, before battle and victory thing. Oh, come on!
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Nice. It's weird having a member of my party here that doesn't say anything before and after. It's so weird. Well, I found out that thing actually drops that slime. He drops the base battle, so that's interesting to know. I'll bring 2 of these? Really? I'll open them both on the side real quick. I won't get the item, but I'll just open them up real quick, so give me a second. Oh, they also dropped the Burgundy Flask, so that's interesting to know. Alright, so we got that, and Resist Magic. I think we already got Resist Magic, don't we? I don't think we do, actually. Hey, Resist Magic! Yay! Something that everyone can learn! Like, right now. Yes, everybody learn! Everybody learn! Everybody learn! Not you, Shiho. You're good. You're perfectly fine, Shiho. You're perfectly fine. Alright, so there was something I was going to actually talk about while in here, but I forgot what it was. Maybe I'll remember once I clear this room out, so give me a second. Shiho has still not said a single thing. I think I just remembered what it was. It wasn't anything serious to talk about, but it's still something to bring up. And it's at... oh, see. Another save point in the middle of nowhere. Just saying. Ah, come on, game. But yeah, another thing I was going to bring up, actually, is that the enemies that have a... what is it? the enemies that are in the chest. I should mention that. The enemies that are in the chest. Are you the ones that don't hurt me? Are you the ones that don't hurt me? Looks like it. Cool stuff. But yeah, the enemies that are in the chest, I should say, the enemies that are in the chest. When you open the thing up and you don't get the item and you walk away and come back into the room, the enemy will reset. It'll reset the chest, so you have to reopen it and then get the item again or whatever. But it's another good way to farm if you really want to spend the time going in and out of the room to open the chest, to fight the monster, then repeat the process. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the time for that, so no thank you. Alright, let's go up. Oh, hi!
And take this!
The torment has finally ended.
She spoke! She spoke! Yay! She actually does speak! Huzzah! She freaking speaks! Other than just casting a spell, she freaking speaks! Yay! That feels good. Okay, so I cleared out the room real quick while I was busy, so alright, so we got the vegetable seed, we got S-Talk, and we got Darkness Arrow, which I think we can transmute because we already have Darkness Arrow, right? Right. Alright, so we can choose the False Arrow. And we learned it. Cool. So, Noise Arrow, or False Arrow, fire 3 arrows in order to intentionally make enemies put up their guard. Huh. Why would you do that, actually? I don't know why you would do that. Ah, well. I'm not worried about it. Alright, so now with that said... I'm trying to remember. I think going to the right here, will lead us to the boss. I think. I'm wanting to use Eye of Heaven just to double check. So let's not go in there just yet, because I know that down here, this area is a dead end. Or it leads to a dead end, I should say. When you run into a full room of enemies here, they actually do give you some decent equipment. Oh, wait a minute. No, going to the right here leads to the dead end. But which way? You know what? I gotta use the Eye of Heaven. I don't know what I'm doing here. I gotta double check everything to make sure. Alright, so let me see here. Let me see here. Can I think I can just barely see that the bottom room is by itself. And I think the room just above it is the way to the boss. So, yeah, going to the right here will not lead me to the boss. But instead leads me to a trap. Why? Oh, hi.
To my side, my noble Einherjar. Dark forces are at work here.
She spoke again! Hooray! I'm so excited that she actually speaks! It's the first time she's spoken in, like, forever! Other than that one time that she ended with the thing. But still, it's the first time she actually spoke! Her freaking hooray! I'm happy! I thought we were gonna have him mute! Or at least, if we didn't, then I thought we were just not ever gonna hear us talk! I was scared for a minute there. I was gonna have sworn she'll talked.
I fight for truth, but now I will also fight for myself.
Ooh, good line, actually. Good line. So yeah, she does speak. Yay! Also, for defeating enemies in here, we get 10,000 EXP, and the room is now open. But there's more treasure chests in here, so let's open them. Oh. What? Why is this one normal? Why is this one no... Whatever. I don't want to argue. Alright, Quartz Gem and Step Power. Alright, so we got plenty of Step Powers now, so that's nice. Alright, so before I move on then, let's go check out that one room that we skipped, because I'm a derp, and I can't tell the differences between the end of the stage and the end of a corridor for excavation, because I'm a derp sometimes. Yeah, another room with more monsters. So, yeah, I was right to come back in here then. Alright, I know there's a couple more in here. Watch out, I almost ran into. Wow, I'm surprised that it worked so well. Yeah, I'm surprised actually that worked so well as well. I'm surprised, really. Yeah, surprise, 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 surprise. Alright, so, surprise, there's 3 chests here. Resist damage, which we already have. Lapis Lazuli, which, yeah, that's nice. And an Ether Scepter. That's 2 Ether Scepters in this dungeon. Wow. I'm actually legit surprised by that. Interesting. Oh, darn it. Okay. Navigate, 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 navigate. But yes, as I was saying before, you saw me do it just a minute ago. Just leaving a dungeon and come back in, whatever, just enemy respawn, whatever. It does work for, I think, the treasure chest as well. I'm not sure on that. And if it does, you don't really get anything out of it. So, oh well. Alright, so this little spot here is actually a lot more annoying than given credit for, because stairs lead to a ceiling, but then you have the spot there, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. So, there's a couple of ways you can do this one, actually. I find the easiest way to do it, if you can time it, is to jump and do that. So you can do that, and then, if you jump at the right time, you got elevation. So there you go. Now, I know to the right here is the boss. So, yeah, you know what? There's something up there, because looking at the map here for a second, there's a lot of room up there that can hide all sorts of things, so let's take a look and see if there's anything up there. Come on, come on, there we go. Yep, there are 2 green chests, which I think, yes, they are gas. This rainbow one is a new one, though. The rainbow gas is dizziness. It will reverse your controls when it hits you. So, don't throw it. Press the circle button. Drop it. Good, Valkyrie. Don't be a derp. Please. Okay, but yeah, dizziness. It will reverse your controls left and right. So you have to, so right is left and left is right. And then this is the combo jewel, which I probably won't ever use, but it's there if you want to use it. So there you go. Alright, now to the left here, more enemies. And what? Running headfirst into a monster like that, that's so mean. Also, that, I think that, magician guy, he drops the Mystic Cross, because I just got it from something, so that's nice. Also, you can climb up here, and well, you know it, another green chest, which is also Dizzy Spell, with a Beast Slayer inside. Not bad, but if you want to go down instead, there's another item with one last battle. And then we get Sapguard again. Got plenty of Sapguards now. Actually, I'm curious about something in particular. Let me change the Creation Jewel out for the Creation Gem. Let's see if I can change anything interesting out of these items here. Burgundy Glass can transfer to the Shadow Crystal. Which, yeah, I think I will do that. I think I'll do just that. Save for Prime Elixir, Prime Banish, Combo Potion, Crack Ring. Ring which raises hit power and makes it easier to perform a guard. Wow, really? Interesting. I never knew about that. The more you know. Alright, so we have Poison, Ice, Holy Flare, Shadow. The only thing we're missing is Lightning Crystal. So we'll probably get that another time. Now, the Cracked Ring... Is the Cracked Ring a... No, it's not. It would have been weird if it was an actual, like, thing that... What is it? A artifact. It would have been weird if it was an artifact. So yeah, that'd be weird. Alright, so you got some more points I haven't spent yet in a while, so let's put survival. Let's do fight. And why don't we do guts? Because why not? Put guts on, and I want stun magic actually. I kind of want stun magic on there because stun magic sounds like a pretty useful item to have in this kind of scenario. With how much we're going to be using it for, we're going to be using, you know, that magic for a while. It just sounds like a nice item to use, you know. Also, look at the EXP there, 126,000 for Lenneth. Lenneth probably won't be leveling up for quite some time. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. So with that said, then, that is the whole Arkdain Ruins done. So now all that's left is the boss. So we found that the dungeon description said something about people coming in here for a large crystal. Let's see what kind of large crystal they're talking about and how big this crystal really is. I'd say that's a pretty big crystal, but there's somebody inside. Wait, why is everybody coming here with the crystal if the crystal has somebody trapped inside?
Come to me, Dark Warriors. Battle awaits us.
In comparison, Lenneth, I don't know if they're that weak. Because these enemies here, these guys, they are actually not pushovers, believe it or not. And they might actually kill you if you're not careful. But they are not powerful. Let's say powerful as in, like, they're not hard to kill, so this will be not so bad. So we got 3 Raver Lords, not Raven, Raver Lords. So the Raver Lords here, they have some pretty neat attacks here. They have 3 attacks, one with 1 hit, one with 2 hits, one with 3 hits. Simple as that. Now is a good chance to actually show off 2 spells here.
Guard reinforced.
Everyone's guard is up, and hopefully it'll be enough to defend ourselves from some damage. So let's get rid of you. That's interesting. Oh wow, they're feint resistant. Wow. Ooh, it still hurt. Though, I think it is doing less damage. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I could be wrong about that. Oh well. Alright, we at least want to get rid of at least one of these guys, because one of them, at least 3 of these guys is going to kill us, so we gotta get rid of at least one. But you see what their gimmick is, they have some pretty good guard, so we gotta get through it. So, Shiho? And, woo, that's so many crystals. That is so many crystals. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. That hurt. And... Oh, guard. Wow. He guarded! Lucian, you scare me sometimes.
And take this.
I didn't mean to do that, actually. Whoops. Well, I got another item from him, so that's nice. Alright, so now for the other one here.
Might reinforce.
Now, Guard Reinforced may not actually be shown as a difference, but Might Reinforced does raise your power up, and you do see the difference when you actually hit something with it. So let's see if I can actually hit this guy. Yeah, just from Lenneth and Arkdain's attack, they're almost enough to take down the Raver Lord. At least one of them. Ooh, ow. But the other guy here is not as, again, it's not that bad, but you can get away. Like, what am I trying to say here? Okay, hold on, back up here. Back up. With three of us, Lucian, Lenneth, and Arkdain, all three of us at once, it took a minute to get down the first one. But the second one went down like a pretty big weenie. So if Lucian just attacks by himself,
Ha! And take this.
he's not a pushover anymore. Or Lucian is not a pushover anymore, and this guy is now a pushover. So yeah. Ouch. That kind of hurt, you know. Alright, so before we actually end this fight off, one last thing to show off is that Shiho still has a unicorn horn, so she's still able to cast great magic. Let's see what Stone Torch has in store for us. Oh wow, I didn't get. Ah, fail.
Get thee hence. Oblivion awaits.
Freaking fail. That's a lot of gems though. Wow. Nice, not bad. They all dropped Tome of Alchemy. Wow. How fitting, because they all dropped the gems, which, yeah, that's kind of neat actually. I think we already seen the Tome of Alchemy before, but yeah, we'll show it off again another time. Well, don't worry, we'll show it off. But in the meantime, we got ourselves some treasure. Starting with the Star Guard. I think we're actually going to get some of the better equipment here than anywhere else. I'm not sure yet. We also get the Holy Wand Adventia. And then, treasure chest number 3 is the Robe of Britain? That looks like Britain. I'm not sure on that one. Oh well. But yes, we get all that. And then we get 80,000 EXP. Not as much as the one is in Citadel, but still, that's a pretty good amount of EXP, I say. But what's this? The orb is still here. There must be another item. But where could it be, I wonder? If you pay attention, you can just barely see it. I don't know why you can't slide under this crystal, which causes this girl. Oh well. You can't even shoot the... See, you can't slide under it, but you can shoot right through it. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. Alright, but the trick to do this is that you do this, and that's it. Nothing else to it. I think this is a green chest with gas? Yes, it is. So that's why you hold down, just in case. And this has the Mighty Check. Yay! And then the Mighty Check. So that's nice. And that is the last item. So that is the Arkdain Ruins done and over with. Now, once you clear the dungeon here and you try to leave and come back in, they'll still be dead because they'll still be playing this music, which means you completed the dungeon and yada yada yada. We already know about it, so there you go. But yes, that's the Arkdain Ruins done and over with. It's, again, it's a relatively simple dungeon, just some of the mechanics are a tad bit annoying to deal with. If you're not used to doing the crystal things, you probably get stuck a lot in some of these areas here. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that does become a problem when it was a thing. So yeah. Also, just to prove a point though, this enemy, we left it alive. So this was one enemy that was alive in this dungeon. And now that we come back here and defeat the dungeon, we come back here, he's gone. So all the enemies are gone after we beat the boss. So yeah, that's a thing. But that is it. That is the Arkdain Ruins done and over with. Again, a very nice dungeon. It's one of my favorites, but it is not my personal favorite. We'll get to my personal favorite once we get going with the rest of this. Now, I think that is the last spiritual concentration we need to do. Other than completing the Cave of Oblivion, that is all of Chapter 5 done and over with. So, now comes the question of who to send. And really, if you don't know, you just don't know. I'm not gonna just tell you, but you probably know who. Just saying. But before we send that person away, we need to train that person up a bit so that they can actually get some more capacity points and build the traits up and get the stuff that we need to raise her things up. Her. Spoilers, it's a her. Spoilers, it's someone who can swim. Spoilers, it's a spellcaster. I have fun with this, honestly. Alright, so I guess we'll call this a day then. With Cave of Oblivion right in front of us, we'll take care of that next time. And if we get it done fast enough, probably the next spiritual concentration, Sacred Face, as well. So, yeah, we're gonna have some fun next time. So with that said, this is Kibatu. And until the end of Chapter 5, plus the Cave of Oblivion, goodbye to you. Laters!